On this wonderful 4th of July, I'm smelling barbecues in the distance here in Wyoming. At 6:36 yesterday, I took photos of my thermostat, and by 7 o'clock, I was done with the silicone. So I have another hour to wait before I can reassemble and put the coolant back in my system. It needs 24 hours to cure. I have some new information about my thermostat. If the rubber gasket cross section looks like this, the thermostat goes in the middle. It doesn't go here, it goes there. So this piece of rubber would provide the seal, even if I didn't put silicone. So I'm much more confident that this is not going to leak at all with the thermostat removed. One. Number two, I've been reading up on the ALDA, A-L-D-A, and the ALDA on a diesel will increase fuel enrichment for the turbo when the turbo's working. I'm going to start driving after about 8:30 is my suspicion. Yeah. That was my seller saying hi. Oh. Between the ALDA and the intake manifold is a switch. And those switches have a history of going out. And my switch looks pretty brand new. The plastic is much blacker than the other plastic. It isn't dirty, so they might have replaced that switch. It doesn't mean it's working. And somebody suggested just put the hose from the intake manifold right to the top of the ALDA. So I might do that. There's definitely some type of, there's no fuel enrichment off the line. Police, ambulance, and a bomb? What are you up to, Sam? Are you trolling me? I think the performance of my car is probably due to the ALDA not providing enrichment. I don't know. I mean, it's important to do one thing at a time. And first I want to get a grip on, well, no, that's not true. I'm going to put the ALDA directly to the intake manifold. Yeah. And then hope there's more performance on throttle. Because when I push throttle, it can barely go up a hill. It's stuck at 1200 RPMs. It doesn't down kick into boost. The Mercedes start off on second gear, but if you press really hard into the kick down, it'll go to first gear. But whatever. I had a good nap between 11:30 and 2:30. My host offered me a beer, and I said thank you, but no thank you. I actually thought about drinking some beers between 11 and 2:30, then napping and waking up to fix the car, and I thought, no, don't do it, Wayne. Beer will make you sleepy. You'll be off your game. Yeah, I think I will be good this afternoon, Lee Dulunge. We'll know one thing. It won't be a stuck thermostat. That's the more information. I think the vehicle will be in permanent cooling mode. If this is an engine that just runs hot, well, I'll be fucking permanently cooling it. Yeah. if for some reason I can't get up that hill without overheating, well, it's going to get warm going up that hill for sure. But if it cools down right away, that would be a good sign I'll be able to make it. I don't think I want to get stuck on the side of the road. Sam, are you trolling me? What's with your, how about I put you on a timeout, Sam? Knock that shit off, okay? You can get permanently banned, Sam. I don't take jokes very well. How far away from the house are you? Oh, diabolical. I'm not discussing those numbers. I'm not going to give people clues to my new home. Sorry, I just don't want to be swatted. All right, Sam, you're being banned. Fuck off, Sam. Diabolical, I don't know if you were here yesterday. I don't think you were. Yeah. We'll just leave it alone for now, Diabolical. So I took out my thermostat and I reassembled it with Permex silicone for water pumps and thermostat housings. It has to cure 24 hours. So that 24 hours, is it cooler where you are now? Oh yeah, it's 75 degrees. 75 degrees here, and it's 117 at my home in the desert. Like when I get back home to the desert, well, I might buy a truck up here and a trailer and then drive back and do my first part of the move. I've already got one car up here, and thanks, Blimdy. Yeah. Instead of buying a truck, I would rather buy a Mercedes ML 320, which is their SUV, four-wheel drive. They come with a trailer hitch, and they have a towing capacity of 7,000 pounds. And that would absolutely do what I'm trying to do. That means I could tow a car on a trailer, a 4,500 pound car on a 2,000 pound trailer, and that's within the limits. They're pretty cheap cars. Wayne, when are you starting a new Discord? I actually am going to start a new Discord. And Discord's a lot of babysitting. So, maybe I'll do that tonight, like in the next hour. Yeah. I'm excited to have a home, have a place with normal internet instead of the way I'm doing internet now. And then I can do better live streaming. I can build a computer system I can build a home studio, basically. And You know what's fun about this Mercedes I have? Pretend if this engine gives me too much trouble. Hey JJ, if this engine gives me too much trouble in this Mercedes, it's smog exempt. I could put a small block Chevy in here. Yeah, and get this campaign going. Exactly. Yeah, I won't be doing any small block Chevy in any car. The biggest waste of time when it comes to my campaign is me moving to another location right now. I don't want to spend my summer in California anymore. I'm done. So what I'm planning on doing is making at least one trip of my most important possessions, which are my 2 KTMs, my toolbox, my big screen TV, some of my solar panels. I'm going to leave my original set of solar panels down there on the articulator. When am I going to make stuff fly, Wayne? Anti-gravity. It's going to be after the election, because that I will just go down a rabbit hole with my anti-gravity and you won't see me or hear from me until it's working. And no, I'm not, Brock. I'm not worried about election interference with the move. Well, first of all, I would like to think of myself as a person who can let things go. I try not to hold on to negative emotions, and I try not to worry. I have adversaries, people who have been hired to sabotage my political aspirations, and that's their problem, not mine. They're doing a dirty job. What they're doing is criminal. It's a federal offense, and and if they are state actors, they're spies. And what they're doing is foreign election interference, and it's a type of espionage. If they were caught, they could do jail time for it. They're not going to get caught, and I'm just going to ignore them. They basically are trolls. Do not feed the trolls. So all I can do is show up and do the best job possible from Wayne's standpoint, from my standpoint. Like, I haven't drank this whole trip because I got to get this done. I have to have all my wits about me to achieve these short-term goals. I think one guy's name is CP, the tool addict. Maybe. There's the FBI has, there's a large group of people within the FBI in New York who are working on my case. And they're trying to track down all the people who have been harassing me, because there's more than one swatter. And it's the Order of Nine Angles. That's some of the groups. The Order of Nine Angles are a bunch of pedophiles. So I'm being harassed by a bunch of degenerate scumbags, the exact people that the FBI wants to arrest. And the FBI is when they find one criminal, like if it's a drug, let's say it's just a drug dealer, they're not going to arrest the drug dealer because they want to get the whole network. So they want to know his supplier and where's his supplier get the stash from. So they'll spend a very long time getting a whole high level view of an organization. You know, just imagine a wall with lots of names and string connecting everything. So that's what they're doing. I'm not suffering that much. And look at Robert Kennedy Jr., maybe a millionaire, right? He's got influence. He can get on the national mainstream media. His campaign's going nowhere. Like, my campaign's going further than his campaign. So, also, I truly believe that this is theater and a stage. It's not an election. This is theater. And I didn't write this play. I'm just an impromptu actor. I've jumped up on stage and I'm doing impromptu. You follow where I'm going with this? And the other actors on the stage, like the Democrats and Republicans, he's not part of the script. Come on, guys, this is impromptu acting. You got to roll with it. Guys like Lambright are always going to pop up and put a stick in your spokes. You got to learn to work with it. So I'm just showing up, putting out the best political ideas I can. JJ, the federal government has a very high conviction rate. They want their ducks in order before. Yeah, they have like a 95% conviction rate. How many hours left waiting for that sealant to cure? 50 minutes. 50 minutes. Yeah. When I finally sat in the car yesterday after I put my tools away and took my gloves off, it was 7 o'clock. So it could be 40 minutes, but I'm just going to wait 50 minutes. Who do you think will win this year's election? Guys and gals, I'm going to say something a little unconventional on top of my normal unconventional. I expect Donald Trump and Joe Biden, with no malice, to be deceased by Election Day. I don't think they will be of this earth anymore. I'm not wishing anybody to do any harm to them. I just think that their time on this earth will expire. And I'm not saying one, I'm saying both. They're looking for radical change, and that would result in radical change. I'm not saying I'm the radical change. I am radical change. They might not give it to me. However, they do want radical change. And imagine you work at the CIA and you got to talk to Joe Biden and coach him on saying the narrative you're trying to get him to achieve. Like, Joe Biden has no original thoughts. He's just a B-grade actor. And it's got to be hard to work with that guy. Like, actually, it's got to be hard to work with him. Him drifting everywhere, his medication, like, is it kicking in? Has it expired? Imagine being in the room with Donald Trump's ego. Hey, cluster of stars. So politics is sports in a way. It's a foot race around the track, and there's only one winner. And myself could be the slowest runner, and I still can win this race because I'm in the race, and everybody else could trip. There could be a huge pileup, and I go around them and finish. We don't know. So let's go with the assumption that Donald Trump and Joe Biden have deceased. I do think if they do decease, it would be at the latest moment. Let's say the last week in October. So that gives the Democratic Party 1 week to prop up the person they're going to shove into the position. It could be a no name. It could be a big name. I don't know. But what they need is a bozo. They need a bozo who's willing to follow their orders. And there's two bozos I'm aware of: Hillary Clinton and Gavin Newsom. You know, I'm from California, and I met Gavin Newsom at a private event. We were both models in a fashion show at one time. In 2001, I was a model for the Junior League fashion show. I did 4 runways, and Gavin Newsom did 4 runways. I was talking to, he was like a supervisor, San Francisco City supervisor, one of 13 or something. He wasn't necessarily friendly. He's got a cocaine habit. I think he cheated on his wife. He's supported by Getty money. And if you don't know this, in 1979, J. Paul Getty was the world's richest man. And the Gettys, the attorney for the Getty family, is Gavin Newsom's father. So Gavin Newsom grew up with the Gettys, and Billy Getty is Gavin's childhood friend. They're no longer friends. And long ago, Billy Getty's wife was my girlfriend's sister. So I know private information about their family. And the Gettys and the Newsoms are no longer friends. They haven't been friends for 20 years. Like, they moved, and Gavin Newsom bought the house next door to them to appear that they were still friends. And one story during Christmas, the sister called my ex-girlfriend and said, "You'll never believe who's here. Newsom. Gavin flew to Hawaii to be at the Gettys' house on Christmas because the Gettys are funding Newsom. And the Gettys also fund Kamala Harris." That's how I met Kamala Harris, through the ex-girlfriend and the family connections. So Kamala Harris and Gavin Newsom are funded by the Gettys, and the Gettys might control or are one of the biggest donors to the Democratic Party. And they've been grooming Gavin Newsom to be president for a really long time. He's a handsome dude. I'll give him that. He is a handsome man. And I am jealous of his thick hair. I am jealous. But he also does illegal drugs. Now, I'm not against drugs. I plan on legalizing drugs. However, I believe in following the rules. So if drugs are currently illegal and Americans are going to jail for cocaine possession, you can't be a politician doing cocaine and putting people in jail. That's hypocritical. So that's not fair. So he should be at least trying to legalize cocaine and other drugs. Somebody asked, when you win the election, what's the first act? To abolish the Federal Reserve. That's my first act. Then write some anti-Israel act that bans dual passport holders of Israel to be part of our American government. They can't work in the Pentagon. They can't work in our government. They're not going to be allowed to work in the federal government anywhere, including the fucking post office, okay? No more Israelis, no more dual citizens getting a paycheck from the American government. I'm going to pull all the top secret security clearances from all Israelis. No Israelis will be able to be part of our top secret program ever again. Now, after my administration, if some Zionist fellatio expert wants to reintroduce them, then they can do that. Yeah. Well, JJ, I'm like, there's nothing I can do. I can watch my back, but I don't live in fear like that. I don't. I'm also not, I'm not necessarily a fighter. So I'm not going to worry about somebody making threats to me. I just tell law enforcement what's happening. Maybe I'll buy a bulletproof vest under the shirt kind of thing. That's prudent. I'm not going to eat food if somebody sends me some food in the mail. I'm cautious. I have a security system at the home in the desert with alarms if something moves. They have those alerts. So I'll have a surveillance system. I'm going to get some dogs, some like German shepherds. But for the most part, I don't worry about things. I'm also not making enemies. I'm not doing businesses where people could have animosity towards me. I live a pretty easy, clean life, I think. Yeah. I would start to another act of as a new president. I would start to roll back our military. I would start closing overseas bases and bringing our military actually home. We don't need to project our power around the world. We don't. And that would leave a power vacuum. And I don't care. Let the Chinese or the Russians waste their money trying to teach the Africans. Dogs didn't work out for Hogan's hero. Yeah. Hey, Pat, happy 4th of July. Well, dogs are just, my dad called our dogs the doorbell. Woof, 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 somebody's here. If somebody wants to kill you, they can. There's so many ways to kill somebody. Sniper is probably the best, fastest, easiest way. You're at a distance. They're not even going to know you're, they could be a half mile away, take a shot and get you. You could have a routine where you go out and water the flowers every morning and boom, they got you. So, life, we're all going to die. And you can't live your life in fear of death. You just have to find a way to keep living and enjoy yourself. Anyone else doing fireworks tonight? I got fireworks from Wyoming. I actually bought some bottle rockets, but I intend on using them around New Year's Eve. I didn't want to be a new guy in my new little town lighting off firecrackers. It seems obnoxious. We got a whole crew here. I made JJ a moderator yesterday, Pat and Diabolical. Yeah. Well, only 28 minutes left. I'm quite excited to see how a no thermostat goes. The thermostat has a date stamp of February 08. February 08. It looks brand new. Am I going to take you along for the ride? The test drive? No. I need to have all my faculties with me during that time. I don't want to be distracted with trying to have a chat with you guys. Maybe I'll turn on the camera once I'm on the road or something and have a chat with you once I feel more secure. Thermostats tend to go bad with use. Age is okay. I don't know. Like, hey Pat, what's your opinion on thermostats going bad? Is that something that happens on like I don't have a stove to put it in some hot water right now. But it is true. Thermostats at some point stop working. I can't say I replaced a lot of thermostats when I was at BMW. The BMW 320i had a really cool thermostat. It was aluminum with 3 hose fittings on it. So you put it on the hoses. It wasn't a housing. Are you going to tackle this trip in the dark? I'm not sure. It all depends on my level of energy. I might spend the night here again because, like, when would be the worst time to break down and need a tow truck? The 4th of July, right? Sorry, we can't get to you till morning. It's the 4th of July. They have a bimetal spring. Springs react to compression and expansion. I think I heard a sniper. It may need a demolition reset. A demolition reset. I think that's a joke. Let me go get the thermostat and show you. All right, I'll be right back. Here she is. That's the 0208. It's not focusing. And there's the other side. That's the detent for the bottom, so the bubble hole is at the top. I mean, it meant just to be safe and not on the side of the road in the dark. Yeah. Like I drove here all through I got to Utah. I left Friday at 8 o'clock at night. I left at dusk, and then I drove all through the night past Vegas and ended up in the bottom of Utah at 5 in the morning. And yeah, it doesn't look old at all, does it? Here's interesting. See that water line? The person who assembled this, that's where the bubble thing was, because you can see the water line. I think the detent was here. What I would like to do is once I get to my destination, and in the near future and this is put all new rubber hoses on the engine. Even the little bitty ones for the heater. There's probably 12 rubber hoses for the cooling system. I want to replace all of them. And maybe even new hose clamps, because hose clamps can rust and break sometimes. This way my cooling system is as clean as possible. And also, it would be nice to do a flush with like city water, like flush the block. Just give it a good flush. I would also like to power wash the evaporator housing to make sure that that is not making any restrictions in airflow to the radiator. Road flare should be in everyone's road flares. Yeah, so helpful. They make 15-minute and 30-minute versions, so get the 30s. Oh, I don't have any. I'll get some. Those worm clamps can get you. Yeah, I got some. Mine are the screw type, which are, I guess, the worm, right? No, it's not a sniper. That's just some firecrackers. Oh. I was at the fireworks place. A brick of bottle rockets was $29. I did want some firecrackers, but I'm also 55 years old. What am I going to do with them? I guess the answer is be drunk outdoors, lighting bottle rockets. That sounds kind of childish, actually, but I think one of the funnest things my brother and I did when we were a kid with firecrackers is we put firecrackers in cow pies, and we were blowing up poop. Yeah, I did that. I'm probably not the only country boy who put firecrackers in cow pies. We also put firecrackers in anthills, and I feel a little guilty being a homewrecker. Mm-hmm. What else? We sometimes taped a few bottle rockets together and lit them off at the same time. I did a few stage bottle rockets where you lit the fuse on one, and when it was in the air, it lit the fuse for the other one, so it might go higher. But it never seemed to work out. I think the weight, it kind of went up and then kind of fun. Hey, Justin, welcome. Yeah, there's only so much you can do with firecrackers. We definitely took them apart, and they have that aluminum explosive powder inside. And it was kind of fun to just pour it into a pile and then light it and goes. It makes a big flash. One fun thing we used to try to do with our BB gun is shoot dragonflies at the creek or the crick. They'd be flying around, or even if they were landed. I'm not even sure if I ever even got one. Maybe I got one dragonfly. You would just see like the mud move by them and then they fly away. We tried. Probably the most fun is just shooting beer cans. I mean, of course, a beer bottle is fun to shoot, but you only get one shot at a beer bottle. But a beer can, clink, it falls over. You can put it back up, put a little dirt in it so it doesn't blow over in the wind. Literally, plinking is probably the most fun a person can have with a gun. Just shooting targets at a distance. I think the long distance shooting is the absolute most joy. Trying to hit a target at a distance, it's good. That's good fun. It's as good as pinball. By the way, I will be taking my pinball machine to the new home. Yeah, my email address is lambright@gmail.com. LAMBRIGHT @gmail.com. So I was lucky I'm the first person to obviously get my last name. There's like 7,000 Lambrights in America. Also, I have Lambright.com, and I have contact information there also. 25 minutes. Ooh. Oh, shit. Domino's Pizza is open till 7. No. Oh, well. If they're closed, they're closed. Where does the last name originally come from? Well, nobody really knows. It might have been Lambrick. My dad never met his father, but I think he lives in Texas. I might have found him, but my dad had already passed, and I wasn't going to call some 90-year-old guy. Remember this lady named Jill? Were you having sex with a woman in the Bay Area around the year 1948? Oh, yeah, that bitch. She had a son, really? Yeah, I'm his grand. What are you gonna do? Let it go. He wasn't looking for me. Um, you just got to be happy you're born. He may owe you money. Yeah. Give it to the other kids. I might have a good chance at contesting my mom's trust. I think they got my name spelled wrong in the trust. But, all those fights over money take years. I'd rather spend my energy on anti-gravity. And if my brother is such a weasel that he needs to steal all that money from me, then let him steal it. If he fucks me over, then that means his kids will fuck each other over. He's just perpetuating a life of degeneracy. Hey, Sleaze Rider. Gentlemen, start your engines. Damn, I want a pizza. Calm down. We got another 25 minutes. Also, pizza's not good for you. Big smoky burnouts. Oh, Pat. No, this car is tremendously underpowered. Brand new, it only has 145 horsepower. Look up the OM603 motor, 3.5 liter. It's a dog. I think it's got 211 torque at 2,000 RPMs. It's a huge dog of an engine. And it also has a reputation for bending rods. I don't know why it's bending rods, but that would imply it was making power. But I just don't know. Maybe it's 154 horsepower and 211 torque. It's not impressive. However, this car is, when you buy a diesel, you're buying it for fuel economy. And you're buying it for kind of like longevity of the motor. You're a person who puts a lot of miles on a car. That's why you buy a diesel. And those are just my opinions. Is it made of wood? Maybe. It's made of, the engine's aluminum head and cast iron block with mechanical injection pump by Bosch. It's very easy to hot rod this car. Very easy. I could put I could just buy new pistons for the injection pump and get it to like 200 horsepower, not even changing the turbo, just by adding more fuel. I'm not going to do any of that right now. Like, I want to finish this election cycle and then work on gravity. I'm also thinking of flipping the new house. When I showed Jessica a picture of the house, she's like, "Oh, Wayne, it's so cute. You got to get this." I think there's a chance Jessica might move in with me. I'm not sure she wants a relationship. I don't think it would be a sexual relationship. But she and I get along really well. Oh. I also told Susan she could move in if she wants. Susan and I fight too much. I mean, we do fight a lot. She's like, "I don't fight with you." I'm like, "You fucking fight with me all the time." Yeah, Susan's got big boobs. Susan's got D's. And Jessica's got C's, I think. I'm a little bit over women. I mean, I'm not going for men or anything like that, but I would like companionship in my life, but I just don't have any time for the drama. I don't. Oh, Kamala's. I don't know about Kamala. I think she's got B. I think she got B's. Kamala Harris is pretty. I find her attractive. But when she opens her mouth, other than fellatio, I don't like the words that come out. She's not a good public speaker. She's not charismatic. She stumbles. She has she passed the bar. What was it? The affirmative action bar? Like, how does she become an attorney? Well, she's got the brain power to memorize a lot of that, She must be good with language and Latin and stuff. Well, she's just not a gifted spokesperson. But she has other gifts, obviously. What am I not? Oh, I have some chicken to eat. I got a Walmart chicken from 3 days ago, and I'm still nibbling on it. Of course, no, it's not for refrigerated, but it tasted fine. And I ate some this morning, and I haven't gotten sick yet, so I'm sure it's fine. It's dry as hell. I bought a sandwich, one of those Walmart sandwiches, and it got wet in my cooler. So all the bread's soggy, but I'm going to eat the meat and cheese off that. It just become a meat and cheese plate at this point. Yeah. I haven't had any fast food on this whole trip. Well, I posted, the Permaflex instructions say 24 hours. I even posted that on my Twitter. Brock, Stibe, those are some Nat Geos. Oh, National Geographic boobies. That's right, National Geographic. The original porn magazine. That's something I would like to have as an adult, is the whole National Geographic collection. All those years. That's over 100 years. A lot of people give them away for free on Craigslist. Not the whole collection, but, certain years. I used to look forward to that National Geographic magazine. Not because of the titties. Well, the package says 24-hour cure rate, so. That pizza, Domino's Pizza, I asked them if they had any crushed pepper. They charge $1 for crushed pepper. $1. Just don't wash the engine. No, I won't. No, I think steam cleaning the engine is always kind of a bad idea. Mostly because a dirty engine will tell you where the oil leak is. It's a symptom. It tells a story. And if you buy a used car and the engine has been steam cleaned, they're trying to erase the story. For example, by my injection pump is a fair amount of fresh diesel oil. So maybe the seal to the injection pump is leaking engine oil. I don't know, but something's leaking over there. Yeah, I actually like a dirty motor because it'll tell you what's going on. Yeah, you're not going to win a concourse d'elegance. No, but this is not a concourse d'elegance vehicle. Yeah, rust protection. This is my daily driver, and so I want to see a stream of oil because then I know where it's coming from. I want to see dirt on it. Oh, look there, a new problem. My interior of this car, is top class. Let me show you the back seat. Look how nice that is. There's that seat. The leather is just, whoever owned this car, most of its life was garaged. So I'm really happy to get that. Anybody barbecuing today? Well, 15 minutes is the answer. Yeah. Hey, Raisin, welcome. Yeah. I gave it a solid 24 hours. That's good. For dinner last night, I had 2 pieces of pizza and half of a sandwich. I love the headrest that electrically fold. Yeah. In the back, there's a button and they go, they fall back. Except in my car, they electrically up and they electrically down, but the electric up part's not working. And if you pull them up, they don't stay up. So that's another thing to fix. I think what they did is they built a lot of that stuff up with plastic gears and the plastic brakes. I'm still super thrilled to own this car. Some of my wood, the varnish is peeling. That's kind of eh. I'd like to get some different wood, but you know, I gotta accept the car for the way it is. The most important things I have to fix are the blower for the heater. That will be important in the winter. And then the next thing would be the air conditioning. But I'm not going to need air conditioning if I'm living in this neighborhood because the summer's, you know, not too warm. But if I'm going to be in the desert, I need it. JJ's right about the wood. I guess I could spend the time trying to refinish it myself. I think it might just be easier to try to find some wood at a junkyard. Here's a cool little feature on the car. I'll show you. Is this thing right here. This is the phone used to be in here. But if you didn't get the phone option, it's just a place for your junk. So I got some notepads and a pen up there. And here's where my wood's coming apart down there. None of that stuff really matters. My sunroof doesn't open. I kind of like a sunroof, but again, it doesn't matter. At least my telescope, my steering wheel telescopes and goes up and down. Goes in and out and up and down. That's nice. Radio works. It sounds okay. It's got the original speakers that can't handle much input. I've been sleeping in here for 6 days now. Yeah. It's okay. It's better than the other car. Well, my Mercedes wagon, I could sleep straight in the back, no problem. Fully stretch my legs because it's a wagon. But on the back bench here, it's enough. It gets the job done. My knees kind of hurt a little bit. 10 more minutes. Oh, these headrests. They're on like a screw gear or something. Something's wrong with them. Not going to worry about it. I like watching. This is like watching SpaceX. Thanks, Diabolical. I don't know about you, but I'm really kind of excited for this election cycle. Our American elections are such clown shows, and I can't believe the American public accept this bullshit. Like CNN and the presidential debate, just Biden and Trump. There's so many other people running for president. They should have as many people there as possible and have like I think Pat Paulson had said it like a competition like wrestling. The first hour there's 10 candidates, and after the first hour then people vote and it's down to 6, and after another hour it's down to 3 or 4. Have a competition. Imagine Kamala Harris and trying to answer questions. What are you going to do about America's infrastructure, Kamala? Well, infrastructure are the roads that our cars roll on, and cars are vehicles for humans who sit in chairs connected to wheels which are round that spin. And when I say spin, I mean like the dryer or the washing machine. So the infrastructure of America, we have paved roads, we have dirt roads, we have bridges. Bridges bring things together like relationships. Could you imagine her? Like she talks like the audience is the first graders. It's absolutely comical listening to her. It brings joy. Like it's literally somebody could make a lot of money if they just put together Kamala Harris speeches. I find it totally entertaining. It's condescending, it's amateur, and she's trying so hard. You can see smoke coming out of her ears. Her gears are turning so hard. She's like, what's the right word? Choo-choo train. She's got the vocabulary of a 7th grader. God bless her. And Donald Trump, he can't answer questions without insulting somebody. Donald Trump, what do you think about the American roads and infrastructure? Well, they wouldn't be in such a terrible condition if we didn't have fucking Joe Biden. He was supposed to fix it, and now I'm here to clean up his mess. What a loser. Well, clearly our infrastructure is a catastrophe from all those Democrats of the past stealing your money, not doing the job they promised to. I promised to fix our bridges, and not only am I going to fix our bridges, I'm going to make them bigger and stronger and wider, and they're going to last twice as long. Donald Trump loves to exaggerate. He can't just tell the truth. He needs to exaggerate it somehow. And he also compliments people. Swell guy, great guy, trustworthy guy. You're lucky to work with that guy. He really only has like 3 modes of operation. Over the top, congratulations, over the top, supporting somebody, endorsing somebody, terrific guy, top class, you'd be lucky to work with him. That's what he says. And then his put downs, oh, the guy's always been a loser, big loser, total moron. I feel sorry for anybody who's got to work with him or her. Those are like Donald Trump has 3 modes of operation. Rizzer, you're coming for me? All right, Rizzer. Well, I'm coming for you by giving you a ban. How's it feel to be banned, Rizzer? Making threats to me. Why do people got to do that? Come in here and give me threats? Because they're cowards. That's why. Hello, Adam. Welcome. Is that DWQD? Wow. What kind of name is that? Unbelievable. Five-minute countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I made some new songs at Suno. Okay, so Suno is the artificial intelligence music machine, and I redid Paul Simon's the songs. Oh, you're Cruise Control. Hey, Cruise Control. I haven't seen you in ages. So I redid Paul Simon's song, The Sound of Silence, as country western. And they're all country western. And I did Jefferson Airplane, White Rabbit. Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall. Something about a hookah smoking caterpillar. Anyways, I did that one, Jefferson Airplane, White Rabbit. And then I did Kashmir. I did Led Zeppelin Kashmir country version. It's fucking amazing. Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that. We're at a time in human history with artificial intelligence. You're not going to be able to predict what they're doing. And I would just say to you, sit back and enjoy the ride. Once a month, they're going to blow your socks off with something, and you're going to go, wow, I didn't see that coming. We're at such an exponential growth of information that we're going to see miracles. We're going to not only just modern miracles, but entertainment miracles. We're going to see a lot of fun stuff. I know, 2 minutes. It's super exciting. Cruise Control, what have you been up to? I followed some of your case with Twitter or Twitch. It's nice that you got a pass on that. Good job. Yeah. Whew. How's your weather over there in the Netherlands for this winter? Oh no, it's summer. Oh, Cruise Control, I bought a new car. I bought a W140 Mercedes. That's what we're in right now. Okay, friends. We've reached 7 o'clock. Well, 6:58. Thank you, number one. Let me thank everybody for being here. Let me go to the top. Sam, who got booted, Deluge, and then Diabolical 58, Bimdy, JJ, Brock Stebe, and then Zonarias. All right. Pat Paulson. Sleaze Rider. Brock Stebe. Razor got banned for threatening me. All right, Pat. Oh no, I gotta go put I gotta put the water in it. Thanks for being here, everybody. And if you follow my Twitter, I'll give some updates of what's going on there. And I might do a YouTube live stream while I'm driving. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I am a little hungry. Okay, bye-bye.